Hello, everyone, and welcome to our training today. Today, we're going to be learning a lot about Star Rewards and, engage in this holiday spirit. Rob, I hope you saw my message. I saw that you were digging to jazz. That's awesome. I'm a former music teacher, so I'm all about it, my man. So those of you that shared where you were, like what your favorite Christmas movie is, I got a couple people that sent that to me in a private message. But guys, feel free to post that for everyone to see. I have to just jump out there and say I'm an old time classic. Give me some Home Alone and A Christmas Story, and I'm in a good place. White Christmas was definitely a favorite back in the day. My mom's favorite was also White Christmas. So Kayla, thank you for that nice reminder. India, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh, A Christmas Story. I'm on TNT watching it over and over and over and over again. Yes, that is my favorite Christmas story.
And Sarah, I'm going to take that as a compliment. Thank you for knowing I'm young.
I thought the exact same thing, Sarah, when he said classics like Home Alone.
Yes.
We love it. We love it, Adam.
Okay, guys. So anyway, today I was born in 87. Today, we're going to start with you guys, of course, just to introduce you to our team. Obviously, today you have myself in India. Both of us are professional development educators. If you aren't aware, all of the professional development educators on our staff were former teachers, administrators. We did something in the school districts. So, we have a lot of knowledge that we can share with you. Many of us, India and myself included, have worked with PBIS Rewards in a school setting. I was an administrator over PBIS Rewards at my school, so plenty of experience to share with you should you need some. And if you have any questions for us, guys, by all means, feel free to pop that in there. I'm coming to you from Charlotte, North Carolina, and India is there, and from Evansville, Indiana, which is where our company is located. So yeah, that is who we are. And as always, we start our trainings off with expectations, just like we do for our kiddos, right? We want to let people that we're training know that these are our expectations. So first and foremost, let's be respectful. Try to keep your microphone muted if you're not sharing. There's a small crowd of us in here today, guys. So by all means, if you want to unmute and ask a question, I don't think that's rude at all. I'm perfectly okay with that. India as well, I'm sure. As I said, we were both teachers for 10 plus years, so we can certainly be flexible with that. Make sure that you're open to some new ideas when we're going over this, and that you keep your mind open. As far as being responsible, let's try to keep content on our screen as PBIS Rewards, and try to silence your devices. Obviously, though, if you're muted, I won't know if your device is silenced or not. Make sure that you have something there to take notes in case you need that. But this is being recorded, so if you're not a note taker, by all means, the recording will be accessible to you a little later this afternoon. And then let's just share the air with other people, and let them kind of share their information as well. Try to be engaged with us, guys. And again, as we said before, please do not hesitate to ask questions. Do not leave here today with questions about Star Rewards. We certainly want to make sure that you know what's going on with that. As always, guys, you can always post your questions in the chat box there. Of course, as I said before, you can unmute. That is just fine with us as well. Whatever you're more comfortable doing.
All right. So, as we said today, we're going to be talking about Star Rewards and how that also plays into another one of our features called Teacher Rewards. But before we do any of that, I got to ask you guys a question. How many of you have ever participated in Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts? Just if you want to, you can give us an actual physical hand up, thumbs up. You can do that non-verbal reaction button. Give us a thumbs up if you've ever participated in Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, or maybe even had children or students that did. Okay. Well, if you have, question, how did it make you feel when you would work hard to complete a task and you would earn a badge? How did that make you feel? Sarah, I saw you had your hand up. When you would work hard and you would, get that badge, how did that make you feel?
Well, back then and even now, it's, just even the badge is, hey, look, I did something. I got rewarded. I'm getting something, like, even if it's just a little something, it's okay.
Absolutely. It's like you just get this feeling of I've accomplished something. I'm so proud. You know, I'm a former Girl Scout, a former Brownie Scout. I'm a former Daisy Scout leader. Shout out to the Daisies, little daisies out there. And so, you know, I know how proud I felt. I would accomplish this task. I'd have that little badge. And back then you couldn't even iron it on. You had to sew them on. So my mom would sew a little badge on my sash. And I'd be so proud. I'd go to school, and especially on meeting days, we got to wear our uniforms to school. So we'd have our little outfits on. We'd have our little sashes walking around school. Oh, you couldn't tell me anything. I felt so proud about all those little badges that I earned. And so that same feeling, we know here at PBIS Rewards how that makes you feel, to have a little bit of evidence, a little bit of something that lets you and others know that you've done something important on a daily basis, right? And so there's a fairly new concept in technology called digital badging. It's the same concept that when you do something that's important digitally, there's something, a little something, as Sarah says, that lets you and others know that you accomplished that important task. And so that's where here at PBIS Rewards, Star Rewards comes into play. And so as you think about this, I do love this quote from Juliette Gordon-Low, who is the founder of Girl Scouts. And it says, "A badge is a symbol that you have done the thing it stands for often enough, thoroughly enough, and well enough to be prepared to give service in it. You wear the badge to let people know that you are prepared and you are willing." And so the fact that you are here today, you're going to leave here today definitely being able to not only know how to earn these stars for yourself, but even to be able to give service in it, to be able to let other people know how they can earn these stars too. So as we said, it's not totally new, it's somewhat new feature within PBIS Rewards. It's called Star Rewards, and you can see these stars both on the staff web portal and also on the staff app. So what these stars are is basically you're earning these little badges on a daily basis whenever you do these important daily tasks. So you'll get 1 star whenever you log in. So every time you log in, you get 1 star. Then every time you give a student at least 1 point or acknowledge at least 1 student with 1 point, you then earn 2 stars. And then when you meet your daily point goal for that day, you then will earn the 3rd star. And this is on a daily basis. And then if you are a staff member who's untracked, so you don't have a daily point goal, then you earn that 3rd star whenever you actually give a student a point from a group or class page, okay? So the thing is, every day when you first log in, right there on the homepage of the web portal, or right there, also known as the reward page, you're gonna see those stars right in the middle, and you're also gonna see them on the upper right, right next to your name. So the great thing is it shows you on the middle of the screen, like, oh, 1st star is for logging in, 2nd one is for rewarding a student a point, and the 3rd one is for meeting my point goal. Now you may notice here where it says, 75 out of 75, okay? But you know that your point goal is 100. That's because your admin can set it up to where there's a point goal range. And we'll talk about more around that when we get live into the system. So basically, if your point goal is 100 points per day to give out to students, the goal is you want to at least make 75% of that. So you want to at least reach for 75. And then the highest you'd want to go is probably 125, okay? So basically, that's why it says there, even if your point goal is 100, it's saying 75. If you're not sure what your point goal is, if you have one, if you click right up there at the top next to the 3 stars up there and click on your name, and then if you click on, and then as soon as you click on your name, if you click on my info, it will then show you what your point goal is from your admin, okay? So like we said, you can see that right there on the home page or the reward page of the staff web portal, but you can also see this star information on the staff app. So if you are logged into the app,
India, we have a quick question. Someone wants to know what would a reasonable point goal be for a new rewards school?
Oh, Kayla, and once we get live into the system, we're going to show you basically how you can use a calculator in the system to help you actually use somewhat of an algorithm to figure out what would be a reasonable point goal for your school. Now we say, as far as a default is concerned, we have it at 100. We feel like that's something that most teachers and staff members can easily do if they're on that classroom level. Because honestly, if you have a classroom of, let's say, 25 students, you give every student 1 point in the first period, that's already 25 points, okay? But don't worry, when Adam takes us live into the system, we're gonna show you where you can access a calculator, put in a little bit of information, and it will give you a reasonable goal, okay? So great question, Kayla. We'll show you that in just a few moments. So we wanted to show you also where you can see the star information on the staff app. So basically, as soon as you log in, you click on the hamburger stack to open up the menu for you, you will automatically see those stars right there at the bottom of your screen. Another way that you can see the stars is if you click on your profile picture in the upper right, that's near the cogwheel for settings, you'll automatically see those stars again. So there's two ways you can definitely see how you're earning those digital badges or those stars on a daily basis, also in the staff app. Now, we talked about that point goal. Kayla asked the great question of how do we know how to get that reasonable one? Oh, this is a great question. Someone said, Joy said, will these trainings be stored somewhere for later recall? Absolutely. First of all, if you go back to the calendar where you registered, you can go look at all the previous days and click on a button for that day, and it'll take you directly to the recording, okay? Also, if you registered for any of these trainings, you will automatically be sent an email that will have your recording link that you'll have to download and watch within 30 days, but you'll have a recording link of the session. You'll have also a Google Slides template of the entire PowerPoint presentation that you can review and use to train other people at your school or organization. And we'll also give you a PD credit certificate. So you'll earn a certificate for the 30 minutes you'll be with us. And then we'll also share some other resources if there are some from the training. So you'll get that email, and then you can go back to the training calendar and just click on the previous days that you want to view. Just click on that button for the recordings. Great questions, you guys. All right. So like we said, for admin, anyone at your school or organization that has an admin account, that means you have those admin permissions and privileges, you can go in and set the daily point goal for different members of your community. The way you do that is to click on settings on the main menu in the web portal, and then you're going to click on daily point goal. Once you do that, you see that you can set point goals for classroom staff. So that's your staff, like your teachers that are seeing kids all day, every day, right? And so they're just going to probably be higher than other community members. You can also set a goal for support staff members. So those are your admin, other support staff who maybe don't have a homeroom and don't see students as often. So their point goal would be somewhat lower than the classroom staff goal. And then finally, admin can also set a goal for the students to try to reach, okay? Just whatever changes you do make, you want to make sure that you do click on save. Some I always forget to do, y'all. Make sure you click on save so that you can save those changes. Now, Kayla had the great question about how can we figure out what's a reasonable point goal for our school? If you notice in that red box, there's a button that says need a suggestion, okay? If you click on the need a suggestion button, and Adam's going to show us this live in the system in a minute, you'll be able to access that calculator that will calculate for you what would be a reasonable goal. Okay, so we'll see that in just a few moments. Okay, Sarah said, can you set goals by specific grade ranges? I'm at a TK 8th grade site. Not yet, but you know who I'm gonna take it to. Who am I gonna take it to, Sarah?
You are gonna take it to Andy.
Because
let me tell you, I've got a classroom that has 15 kids in it, and I have a classroom with 30.
Yeah. Yes.
And I already know what the point range is per kid, but that goal for each teacher is looking very different.
Absolutely. I think that's an excellent suggestion. And so I will take that to Andy and the rest of the development team. They love it. Honestly, Sarah knows many times when you all give us suggestions, we take it to Andy and the development team, and the next thing you know, it's in the system. So great idea. You know, I'm going to take it to Andy, Sarah. You already know.
Yes, please and thank you.
It's a great idea.
Hey, speaking of that, just quickly telling them about that. I know we're on a 30-minute, but I was watching the spotlight that was just released, the part 2, And I
Yes.
remember telling you guys about how I had the demo student, and now we have the test student in there that you can log in. So they really listen, they do it, tell them what you need and why, and they will make it happen.
And guys, just to let you
Absolutely.
know and make you aware, Star Rewards came from that as well. People asking, is there a way we can track if teachers are logging in? Is there a way we can give them points for what they're doing without having to go in every day and, give points to your whole staff? So all of that came about too from your suggestion. So by all means, guys, when you have a suggestion for us, please share it, because that's how we improve, right? And we make it better for you. So just like the system is customizable for your school, we try to make our company customizable for your schools as well.
Absolutely. So keep those suggestions coming. So you may notice that the screen is kind of moving, right? Okay, because the next thing we want to talk about, we've actually set it up as a gift. So it's just going to kind of keep rotating and we'll talk a little bit about it. Adam's also going to show you this in the system. So the wonderful thing about just PBIS rewards in general, but even about the STAR rewards, is the fact that anytime you're putting in information, reports are being generated for your school, okay, or your organization. So just like with other information in the system, you are also generating information for your admin to go back and look at every time you're earning those stars, okay? So once again, if you are admin at your school and you've got an account that has those admin permissions or privileges, you can actually run the staff star rewards report, okay? So we're going to kind of go over this. I'm going to talk through the next steps in this GIF here once it restarts. So you're going to, if you're an admin, you're going to click on the main menu. Then you're going to click on you're going to actually be able to, Adam, can you go back and show us that video one more time?
Sure.
We're going to just talk through this really fast. So the way that this goes, if you are an admin and you click on reports, okay, then you're going to click on point reports. And then you'll click on stars awarded to staff. Click your date range, and then you're going to see how, who's earned what stars, who's earned the most stars, who's struggling in a certain area. And this isn't about the system telling on you. This is about admin being able to go back and actually do some important things with this data. They can say, you know what? I notice India hasn't logged in at all. Maybe it's not because India doesn't know how to use, doesn't want to use the system. She may not have her login information. That email may have never reached her. So this is a great way that admin can go and follow back up with me and say, hey, India, notice you haven't logged in. Is there anything we can do to help? Do you need some support? Another thing is you can also give some great feedback to those people who really are being stars. They are earning those 3 stars every single day. You could maybe, give them a shout out on your morning announcements. Maybe you could also, send them a little something or, give them some type of shout out in some way. And we're also going to talk about how actually you can give those shout outs and those incentives and thank yous to all of the staff without even really thinking hard about it in the next slide we're going to talk about. So the great thing is, and this is something that admin can turn on or turn off, but when admin goes in their account to settings and then clicks on options, there's a section that says star rewards where you can set the star score. So the wonderful thing is your admin can, if they're using that teacher reward system, and please come tomorrow because tomorrow's pocket training is all about the teacher rewards feature, telling you how to use it. Adam will be back again. Adam, you're coming to that one tomorrow, right? You and Anna? Okay, so Adam and Anna are going to be telling us about how to use the system to basically do everything you're doing with the students and PBIS rewards, you can do for your staff. You can acknowledge them with points. You can allow them to redeem those points they've worked so hard to earn by doing, raffles and events. And, actually you can have a teacher store. They're going to talk about all those things tomorrow. But I want to talk to you right now, so does Adam, about how your admin can set it up that every time you earn those daily badges or those daily stars, they actually automatically turn into points into teacher rewards. And your admin can set how much they want each of those stars to help you earn. So let's say everybody's pretty much logging in. Maybe they just want you to earn 1 point for that, or maybe 2 or 3. They can set that in the settings. Maybe they say we're really struggling though with reaching the daily point goal. So maybe they'll make that be maybe worth 5 or 10 or 25, whatever they want. But automatically, after they make those changes, and of course, click save, don't be like me and don't click save. Once they make those changes, click save, automatically, those point values will become part of the points in each staff member's balance, okay? So if you ever want to check and see, I don't know, I want to make sure I'm earning these points in teacher rewards. There's an easy way to do it. So on the next slide, we're going to show you kind of what it looks like in teacher rewards. Adam's going to show you live in the system how to access the teacher rewards. But when you click on teacher rewards from either the app or the web portal, it's going to then open that up for you, and you'll see right in the upper right, a big number. That's your current balance. And then if you click on my activity, that's right under that current balance, it's going to break down for you all the points you've earned, when you earned them, and what you did to actually earn them. So you should see where it says logged in, 2 points, met my daily point goal, 5 points. You'll see all of that activity broken down for you. So I think we've talked enough about it. It's time to be about it, Adam. Let's get live in the system and show everybody these things we've been talking about and how
That was awesome. Let's do it.
Be star teachers. Let's do it.
And guys, just to let you know, also, when you click on that My Activity, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow, so come tomorrow. But there, if you click on that My Activity, you can also view requests, and like India was telling you, you can request points in teacher rewards, so you can see those requests if they were approved or denied, and some rationale behind that approval or denial. So give me just a second. I'm gonna switch my screen over here. All right, everyone. So first of all, I hope you're seeing that these star rewards is just a way of gamifying for your adults, just like we gamify behavior for our students. We're gamifying those expectations for our adults as well, because as a teacher at a school, we expect you every day to log in. We expect you every day to reward points to students, and your administration expects you every day to get your point goal. So I do want to go over and show you a few things that India mentioned to you a moment ago here in the system. So as she said, you can see here in the system that right now we've got 2 stars instead of 3, right? Because my daily point goal is 100 points a day, okay? Now, since my daily point goal is 100 points, 75% of those, 75% of that is what you're seeing right here. That's why you see that number 75 there, because we don't expect you to be 100% every day, right? That's not, we get it, right? But we need you to at least be 75 every day, right? Or 80 or, whatever. But again, that's where you would go for that. And I do want to show you, if I go into groups, and I'm just going to quickly give out some points so you can see that other star kind of show up for us. If you notice up at the top right, you can always see that. You can always click up here, and if you hover over, you can see what your daily point goal is and how far you are from that. So I'm going to select all these students, and I'm just going to quickly give out some points so I can get my other star here. And as you can see, now we have met our daily point goal, and we've given out 78 points today. So there's that. I do also want to show you, if you go to the settings down on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, if you click there, there are many different options available for you. If you select that options button here, this is for administrators more than anything, or if you're an admin in the system, this is where you would go, and India showed you this a moment ago. This is where you would go to change those point values there. So again, if I wanted, let's say that you're new PBIS Rewards school, and I know that we have someone in here that is new to PBIS Rewards, my suggestion would be give them a lot of points for logging in, because you got to get them in the system, right? So I'd give them maybe 5 points for doing that, maybe 1 point for rewarding a single student, maybe 10 points for those point goals, just to kind of encourage your teachers to move along with this. Another thing I want to show you here, if you scroll on down a little bit, there's something there that says daily point goals. This is that slide India showed you a moment ago. You can see a low end and a high end goal for each one of these. And of course, as you can see, we've got the classroom staff, support staff, and students. You can also set a cap, by the way. So like, as Sarah was saying a moment ago, she's got some staff members that have 30 kids and some staff members that have like 15 kids, but she doesn't want her staff members giving out, 3,000 points a day or anything crazy like that. So she could easily go in here and enable this. And then she can say, I don't want anyone on my staff to give out more than 800 points a day, which is that's a big chunk there, huh? But I'm just trying to give you an example here. Another thing that I want to show you here, and from here, is that reports option that India also went over with you a moment ago. Oh, wait a minute. India said to show you this earlier. So if you notice at each one of these classroom staff goal, support staff goal, student goal, you can see that need a suggestion button there. So when you click on that need a suggestion, it's going to ask you, what is the average number of students in a class? Let's say 22. Average number of classes a day, let's say 4 classes a day. Percentage above and below the target, let's just say 50. And then when you calculate that, it's going to tell you what you should set for your students. Now, this is just a suggestion. We had someone tell us before, do I have to do that? You do not have to do that. That's why it doesn't automatically give you that. You can choose to use it, and if you decide to do that, you will see that change in the system. But of course, if you don't want to, you can always close out of that. It's just there to kind of help you out a little bit. Does anyone have any questions about anything for me before I move on? Awesome. I'm going to jump back into our PowerPoint. So let me switch that screen back over.
All right, and we do just want to, as we're wrapping up and getting close to that 30-minute moment, we do want to share with you, if you, go back and you're ready to do all this and you don't remember a thing, no worries. There are 2 things that you can count on when you're already in the system, particularly when you're in the staff web portal. Click on that Show Me How button at the bottom. It's going to actually show you tutorials step-by-step of how to do things in the system. So you could type in daily point goal, and it can show you step-by-step what to do for your admin. And then also, if you're like me and Adam, sometimes we're just in a panic. We need help right then and there. We don't have time to do step-by-step tutorials. Click on that help button, y'all. That is the panic button. As soon as you click on it, it's going to take you to our support page where you can find wonderful articles. You can find videos, some of them long training recordings, some of them short how-to videos. But also you can start a chat with someone from our support staff. If you've ever worked with them, you know how wonderful they are. You can also scroll down to the bottom of the screen and be able to call the toll-free number to talk with someone on our support team as well. So just know, don't worry if you don't remember any of this. Just definitely click on that Show Me How or that help button.
And even after hours, you can start a question in that, and don't worry that it's 2 o'clock in the morning. They will reach out and follow up.
Sarah knows what she's talking about for sure. So Adam, tell us a little bit about that training calendar though.
Probably helps if I unmute, huh? If you're ever looking for some trainings, guys, you can always come here, and we're going to put that link in the chat for you in just a moment. But what you can do is you can go there. You can register for many of those trainings are free. There's also office hours. So if you're getting stuck somewhere, you need a little bit more help. Those office hours are going to give you a time where you're going to meet with 1 or 2 people from our team and kind of walk you through some tutorials. Now, that's not going to be like you watching a video. You literally are going to come in. For example, I'm just going to click on Sarah here. Sarah might say, okay, how do I do those star rewards, those points and star rewards? She could come in here and literally we would walk her through that step by step. So we're just a guided show me button, I guess, for you guys in that regard. We also want to invite you guys to join us in our break room. If you ever are looking for ideas, and maybe you're like me. I mean, I'm a pretty creative person, but when it comes to ideas, I'm just not there. I need some help. And if you're one of those people like me, by all means, join that break room, ask for suggestions. A lot of people in there, Sarah is someone that's in the break room with us as well. But all of the trainers are a part of that break room. We're all active and try to get involved with providing some feedback to our users. So by all means, join us there. Oops. And then I want to tell you, On behalf of PBIS Rewards, India, and myself, and the rest of the trainers, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you found this information reliable and useful, and I hope you guys take it back to your schools and put it into a place.
Thanks, everybody, so much. I'm going to go ahead, though. We are going to send you that follow-up email that has all of this information, but I'm also going to put the Google Slides template link on this chat right now. I just put that in there. So if you do want to see this presentation or share it with others, this will also be included in that follow-up email. So please, 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 please contact us at any time at training@pbisrewards.com. We're so thankful that you're being a part of our company, being part of our trainings, these 12 days of little small trainings that we hope will be helpful and fun for you and your staff. If you have any other questions, please stay on. We'd love to help. If you have any concerns, please stay on. We'd love to help. But if not, thank you. And please come tomorrow, especially if you want to learn more about teacher rewards. Okay. Thanks, everybody, for being here.
Happy holidays, guys.
I'm sticking around.
Yes, please stick around, Sarah. Anybody else have any questions or concerns we can help you with? All right, if you do, feel free to email us at training@pbisrewards.com. Thanks so much, everybody.